Welcome, vinyl community. Today we're doing, what are we doing? Metal. Oh, what the hell? Metal. Well, I have a metal and hardcore section, but I ended up picking two second generation black metal records. They're both one-man bands. And one is in the elite, and then the other is what I consider an outsider in that genre.
For my choices today, I have a ton of metal and hardcore, and my problem, as always, when I'm talking about these genres, is just deciding which record to talk about. I chose two compilations separated by 30 years and a couple of
All
continents.
right, let's get started. Furze or Furze, which is this is Necromancy Cogent from 2003, sort of late in the second generation black metal movement. But this is really a combination of black metal and doom, like interspersed throughout this double record. So a lot of experimental, raw, and atmospheric tracks. It's the second full length for him after Trident Autocrat, which is a completely different record. It's much more black metal. It's really short and fast, and as well. And this is more unconventional. It's long, and it's organized by side lust, side reap, side lead, side roll. I'm not sure what that means. It's an excellent listen, though. The guy practitioner here is Woe J Reaper, and his vocals are raspy with screaming, howling, chanting, laughing, and certain sounds I don't understand and I can't recognize. It's almost like it was recorded in a cave. It's got extra echo on it. It seems to be a journey through a damaged id, and his vocals function and being in the foreground and sometimes like slipping to the background where they sort of appear and disappear, which adds to the provocative nature of this record. It is lo-fi. It's got some clunky drums, but minimal and effective guitar, which is both, not, I wouldn't say clean, it's distorted and then sometimes really buzzing like black metal should be. There's a lot of black metal interspersed. I consider a really great example of black metal with variety. The overall effect is disorienting and unsettling, mainly due to those wild vocals. And you might even say it's sort of clownish, but it's creepy too. And then I have a classic, which is Burzum, which is a reference from Lord of the Rings, means darkness. And Philosopheme from 1986 is the name of the record, which means philosophical statement, and it really is. It really says something about Norway, Norway's past and future. Um, it's got this pure Norwegian cult-like paganism versus Christianity, and of course, that's where the famous stories about burning churches comes from, where they considered these Christian monuments built on pagan sacred sites, so they wanted to burn them down. In fact, he was in jail for that and murder, and part of this record was made in jail, especially the ambient music parts. And he just thought it was audacious that they would let him make music in a Norwegian prison. I mean, why aren't they torturing me? I think was his quote. But politics aside, he's got horrible right-wing politics. This is a perfect record with a sonic blast that's a mesmerizing drone and buzzy ambience. The overall effect is chilling and sort of a haunted history and the brutal landscapes of Norway. And it's a really fresh take on black metal because it's not all black metal. In fact, half this record is ambient. Okay, Philosophim from 1986, Burzum.
So, my first record is Devil Must Be Driven Out with Devil, a compilation of metal and hardcore from Japan in 1985. It's mostly metal, but and it runs the gamut from speed metal to thrash to more sort of trad metal to there's a couple of more hardcore bands on here as well. So what you get are lots of double bass drumming, riffs galore, lots of the sort of gruff, shouty vocals that you get from a lot of Japanese heavy bands. A couple of highlights. This band named Ghoul, who are reasonably well known, and definitely right on that line between metal and punk. Their stuff is kind of like dirty speed metal. It's not a million miles away from Gizem. And a lot of it kind of comes across like a lost Celtic Frost outtake. City Indian kind of has a Motorhead feel to their songs. And Casbah is sort of this like tough guy thrash. This is the 80s, so none of this is terribly sophisticated, but you don't really want it to be either. It's heavy and it's knuckleheaded in all the right ways. Plus, this cover. This is an amazing cover, and it is worth owning the album just for this cover. My second choice is from 2015 or thereabouts. This is a compilation record put out by Southern California's Black Twilight Circle, kind of a black metal collective. There's a million different bands associated with this, Black Twilight Circle, but, they all play in each other's bands, so there aren't that many people all told. One thing that's really notable about this stuff is none of this traffics in any of the typical black metal cliches. There's nothing about Satan or any of that bullshit. Instead, it's all kind of informed and inspired by the artist's sort of pre-colonial Aztec and Maya heritage. And that comes out in the lyrics, it comes out in the names, it comes out in some cases in the instrumentation. So, it's alternately, variously savage and blasting, lo-fi and creepy. Sometimes it's soaring and you would call it epic. Occasionally it's borderline prog. Always it's dripping with atmosphere. I would say probably the standout, there's 4 different bands on here. I would say the standout is Volan, who's maybe like the #1 guy behind this label. And there's a particularly notable song because it starts off sounding like a spaghetti western theme song, like something Ennio Morricone might have done. Eventually the blasting and the tremolo picking kicks in, but even then it kind of retains the air of the desert. It's kind of topped off with this gorgeous melodic guitar solo, positively cinematic, and the whole album is worth a listen.
Oh, howling.
Ow!
Raspy. Chanting. This is freestyle.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And laughing.
Oh, we're all laughing.
Just another animal.
Another animal, you say? Not an animal like a tiger.
More like a forest animal, like a burrowing animal, like a hedgehog, not a tiger. Hold on there, tiger. Occult music? Burzum.
Burzum?
It's Burzum.
God, that guy's an asshole. All right.